Hi, this is Peter Darts Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing Aries Astrology here for August 2022. Okay, so Aries Astrology for August 2022. Okay, so let's see what we get here for you. Okay, so we're just going to start off generally here to see what I draw to what's going on around you, Aries, at the moment. Okay. Now, I do get the feeling of major changes coming around you, and some of these changes are not going to be easy or simple, and perhaps even quite abrupt, but it's almost like I feel like you've got to embrace it sort of head on, because this is going to sort of cause upsets and turmoil. But I feel like if you sort of face it head on with a sort of optimistic kind of feel, it is actually going to bring positive change around you, but it isn't going to be simple, straightforward. It's a bit like I've got to go a step back to go a step forward, and I feel like it's something you have to do and have to embrace. So it will play on your mind, but if you look at this sort of crossing your worry card, you've got your worries and anxieties, and what that's saying to you is, yes, your worries and concerns are real, whatever you're dealing with or whatever the outcome is, but you will get through it and you will come out the other end. So in other words, it's a bit like saying, look, I can't climb over the wall, but I can walk around it. So it's just going to take you a little bit of time to sort all this out. While you're going through all this, you're going to be a little bit guarded, a bit protective of yourself. So there's you with your barriers up a little bit, being guarded and protected of yourself. But you have to choose wisely now of what you want, what you're looking for, and where you're going. And then as you do this, things gradually come together and opportunities will present themselves. But you've got to sort of make sure now that you choose the right one. Now the trouble is sometimes we can't always know what's good and what's bad and what's negative. So maybe we just got to take a leap of faith, see where it leads. If it works out, great, I've hit the jackpot. And if it doesn't, maybe I've got to put that one down, leave it be, start again. So it's a bit like a journey now. I've got to see where life takes us. But at least you've got your wishes and dreams here backing you up and everything's coming together for you. Now here, this is your card of manifestation with the Magician. And I just feel as though with this, it's a bit of a tricky one. And I feel like now you've just got to put everything behind you. And then as you do that, I just feel as though everything starts to come together for you. So you've got to get rid of all this confusion now and stay focused. But at the end of the day, victory and success is beckoning you in whatever aspect of your life you look at. So the energy is going to be a little bit up and down for a bit, maybe the next couple of months, possibly a couple of years for some of you. But at the end of the day, it's like you're balancing things out, and I just feel as though gradually you're rebuilding a new life. And sometimes we build a new life quickly, sometimes it takes a bit of time. But even if it's a couple of years, I wouldn't worry about that, because it doesn't mean like everything's going to be bad and negative for 2 years. It just means you're building your new life. So the goodness starts to come in, but it takes a little bit of time for it to bed in and for you to reap some of the rewards. But I feel like it's a journey, and sometimes things happen quickly for us, sometimes things don't. And you've just got to sort of see where all this sort of leads you now. But this is a really exciting period for you now. And I just feel like, do you know what? We need to embrace it. Not shy away from it, not be scared of it, but embrace it. When we embrace and face everything head on, everything gets sorted. When we shy away and scatter, it's like everything takes forever. And this is what it's all about. So it's how brave are you going to be now to deal with things in this big new world that's coming. So that's really interesting. Okay. Right. Let's have a look at career. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, here I'm looking at career for you, and it's like very similar things have come out. So this is just what I've sort of said as an overview, is generally right across the board of what's going on within your life. But like I say now, it's like we're rebuilding and we're making changes. And I just feel so with your career now, try not to worry about money or try not to feel too lost about things. Feel like I've got to embrace everything head on. And as your thoughts and ideas come and you take a leap of faith, then I just get this feeling as if to say, do you know what? You're going to make things happen here. Whether it's on a career path or maybe running your own business, whatever it may be, it's like you're making fundamental changes here, but I just feel as though you are going to reap the benefits. So all you've got to do now is just not sit there and ponder too much. You've got to embrace. The more you embrace, the more it comes together. And this is what it's all about. But if you look at it, excuse me, if you look at this card, the Magician, it's like you've got all these tools and skills here on the table, but it's like I'm not really picking them up and doing something with them. And this is saying, look, it's all there. You've just got to tap into it now and manifest your energy, your willpower, your ideas, your ambitions. And then it can all come together, whether it happens overnight or a period of time. But it doesn't really matter as long as it does happen, because this is what it's all about. It's like there's a new life out there now for you waiting, but you've got to grab it. I just feel so with you Aries, I feel like, do you know what, you are a fire sign, so you've got the passion, you've got the energy, you've got the ability, but I feel like sometimes you over-analyse things a little bit too much. And it's time you don't now. I feel like you just got to get out there now and just do it. Sometimes we just got to take a leap of faith. But taking that leap of faith can be a bit daunting, a bit scary. It's like, am I going to jump off that cliff and am I going to fall? But this is saying, look, you're not. You're going to land with both feet on the ground. In other words, taking that jump off that cliff is your idea. Your ideas are in mid-air, the clouds in the air, but you've got to embrace them. And this is what it's all about. So you've just got to put yourself out there now and just go for it and see where life takes you. Yes, we might fall, and if we do, we might hurt ourselves, but we pick ourselves up, we dust ourselves off, and we move forward. But if we don't, nothing's going to happen. So it's like, come on now, it's time to make some changes. It really is. Right, let's have a look at relationships. Okay. Right, now a different kind of feel coming in here now with relationships. So if you're already in that relationship, because there's family, the embodiment of everything that we've got, but it just feels like, do you know what, I'm not exactly feeling very happy about things. Now, it doesn't mean the relationship's broken, because with the Three of Swords, it's a bit like saying to your best friend, God, have you got outside the wrong side of the bed today? We all have our moments. So it just feels like now you've got to put that behind you, and you've just got to sort of say, do you know what, I'm going to make some subtle changes. I'm going to improve on what I've got. I'm going to try and make it work better for me. And then if it doesn't, then at least you know you've tried everything, and then you go on to the next stage of what you need to do. But at least you've got to try and put things right and move forward. And this is what it's all about. So nothing simple, nothing straightforward, but everything's there. And I feel so this is what it's all about now. You've got to start to embrace everything. But I feel like this is a really exciting time now for you to embrace and bring in those positive changes and not to look backwards too much, okay? So it's almost like now I'm going to start to draw a line under things. Now, if you're single, I feel like there are opportunities out there for you to connect with someone and to grow and to move forward. And then I feel like as you do that, then you're definitely going to be onwards and upwards. And look at this, you got your beautiful star sign coming in. So this is almost like your wishes and dreams and hopes for the future. And it shows you've got a good solid base here to build upon. So that feels like, as if to say, there are somebody out there that you can meet, you can make the relationship work, and you can grow and become what you want. But I just feel, again, you've got to be a little bit pick and choosy to make sure you're connecting with that right person. So in other words, it works for you. And as long as you've got that sort of connection in that moment, then I feel like, you'll be absolutely fine. So just keep doing what you're doing, and everything will come good quite nicely. Okay. And then I feel like if you're sort of with someone but you're not quite feeling it, then it's like you've got your ideas of what you're doing, but it's in your capable hands to try and fix it or to whether to just let it go. But I do get the feeling, you're definitely going to be moving forward here and embracing new opportunities, okay? But this is telling you to pay attention to your life about what you're seeking, what you're wanting, and how you want it to be. Okay, and I feel so this is good, but I do get the feeling some of you are going to be connected with somebody who's not frightened to speak in their mind a little bit, and it's like it's in a good way, not a negative way, but sometimes you might take it the wrong way because they can be a bit direct. And maybe that directness is a good thing and not a negative thing, because at least you know where you stand with them. So I feel like you've got to be a little bit wary of that, so to speak. But overall, things are looking good. So make sure you bring a little bit of healing into the situation now, whether it's for yourself or potential partner or partner coming in, or the partner that you're with, to make sure you're bringing the balance and harmony back in. Okay. Right, so that's career we've touched on, overview, relationships. Now let's have a look at family. Okay, so I just feel as though with family now, I feel like sometimes I'm feeling a little bit held back. So see that ball and chain there with the devil card, you've got to break that chain now, or whatever's holding you back. And it feels like it's something connected with the past. So it's like something that's happened before, something we've done, something we've connected with, and it just feels like it's hindering us and stopping us moving forward. So it's like we need to go back to that and face it head on, whether we deal it within ourselves, or we get sort of a little bit of help around us, support, or we go and have some counselling to sort it out. But I just feel like we've got to go at it in a very grounded way to not let it overrule us, okay? I feel like as a family we're going to start to try and save money and look to the future and hold on to what we've got a little bit. It doesn't mean that we're going to be tight with money and not enjoying our lives. It just means we're just going to use that money wisely. We can cut out on one or two things that we perhaps don't need, or not add them as much. We're going to space it out a little bit. It's a bit like I'm stretching the money a little bit, and then I feel like as we do that, we'll be fine. But I'm also being drawn with that as well, of saving up for a property. So money's all right, I just feel so we're just balancing it out a little bit more as a family. Okay. And I feel like now I've just not got to be so stubborn the way I connect with family or try and deal with things. It's like I've got to bring a bit of flexibility in. And I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but I just feel so it can be done, can be sorted, and then we can put things back on track. So that's really good. Okay. And let's just have a look at money in general. Yeah, money's not coming in negative. We may seek some kind of advice with money to do with the bank, accounting, or whatever it may be, to just see where we're at, where we're going, are we okay for the future. We'll come together as a team, as a partner, to look at money and sort money out. And we just got a bit of resolving to do with money, but it's not coming out negative. It's kind of coming out okay. So that's really good. Right, and let's have a quick look at health. So with health, perhaps keep an eye on your arm aching. You might sort of hurt yourself, knock your elbow or something like that. Keep an eye on your fingers, locking, tension there a little bit. Keep an eye on boredom, because if you don't resolve that, that can get a little bit draining. And also I've got regime change coming in, so that's either to do with diet or exercise. You may be trying to do a little bit more and achieve a little bit more, but overall it just feels all very good and very positive. So hope you've enjoyed that. Hope that's made sense. I will be doing Taurus next. I'll try and do a few of these today. but I'm not going to be able to do them all, so you're going to have to bear with me over the weekend. I will fit some more in, and you know, we're going to start doing the astrology videos, because I am making time, getting myself more organized to get things like this done for you. And I'm also working out what's beneficial, you know, where my time's best spent, where I do give these free things out for you. And I think this is something that's quite positive and quite good for you. I'm going to be putting a bit more energy into this, and perhaps instead of doing the daily tarot reading videos, I'll do the daily cards, but the videos I think are more beneficial. Okay, so enjoy. Thank you.